Why positional leadership is dead, or if you don't believe it's dead, it needs to die. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So positional leadership, what is it? Well, positional leadership is basically, hey, I'm your manager, or I'm your supervisor, or VP, or president, or CEO, or chief financial officer, or whatever it is. We all have these titles in our organizations. The problem is, these titles alone don't allow us to just be the leader. We don't automatically become the leader because we have this title. People seem to be going into their leadership position or manager or whatever it is and say, well, I'm here, you're here, you need to do what I say. Which is why engagement is around 30% in organizations. Gallup's been doing the poll since the early 2000s. The proof is in the pudding. Go look at their data. Engagement is down. People are leaving organizations, and it slows the organization down. We need to get away from positional leadership if we're going to survive, because we need to have resiliency, we need to have grit in our teams if we're going to move forward. So how do we do that if we don't just use our titles? Well, here's a cool aspect that I've been teaching for years on leadership, and it's influential leadership. It goes hand in hand with servant leadership, but influential leadership, which influence by itself is the key component to leadership, which is why people who have more influence in an organization typically get their points across and the organization moves with them, not just because they have a certain title. What do you mean by that? I've seen countless organizations that have people that are not paid actually lead and direct the organization to move forward because they have great ideas and all the decision makers actually follow their lead. And so John Maxwell, who's been the leadership guru of 21st century, he's also shared stories about this. I've got my own stories of that where it's happened in nonprofits, in for-profit organizations everywhere, which is why I always tell people you need to know sales if you're going to lead people. And that goes all the way back to when I started in sales. That was the reason I got into sales, that I wanted to lead others in the future. And I had this one person sit down with me and say, you need to know sales if you're going to do so. Now, I'm not here to pitch you on sales today. I'm here to pitch you on the fact that you need to know influence if you're going to lead well. So how do you build influence? Well, influence is by itself bringing other people along with you, and you have to be able to meet them where they are. I've got countless videos on building influence, tips and tricks, and doing all that. But the key thing is there's 3 questions that we have to answer on every interaction with people and serve them from our position as a leader. That's right. It sounds counterintuitive, but servant leadership and serving our people is the way we build our influence, by recognizing them, by meeting with them, and showing them that we care, which also means don't have them bring in donuts on their birthday. We're not in kindergarten anymore. We need to be showing all of our reports that we care about them and we value them before they're ever going on the journey with us. Now, we talked about this resiliency. We also have to have grit. Well, when we build our teams with influence, they will go with us and move forward. And when the times get tough, they won't just leave for another position or a paycheck. That's right. They will stick with us and grind it out through those tough times if we have influence with them. Not just because of our position, but because we have influence. I've seen countless CEOs that will sit up in their offices and point, and you need to go do this to people, and they don't do it, right? They sit there and go, oh yeah, sure, I'm gonna do that, or I'll fill out this survey, or I'll do something. But it doesn't happen. We need to have influence with our people if we want them to come along with us. Now, if you have any questions about that, how you start winning with others, I'm going to put a link down in the description of this video so you can go to it, and it answers those 3 questions I referenced in this video and will help you build more influence. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is below. I do these videos because I want you to succeed. So if you think it might help somebody else, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and send it to them so they can find the value too.